Yo, yo. What's going on, everybody? Happy Sunday. Sunday fun day. You guys know the vibes, man. Let's get it, let's get it, let's get it. It is about that time. Yes, sir. It is that time. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. What's good, everybody? Kyle, Samuel, Pascal, Sherman, Nicole, Jacqueline, God King, Reese, Rhea, Greg, Mr. Walcott, Nathan, Jen, Flippin, Jizzle. What's good, everybody? Happy Sunday. Big E, what's up, man? Yasmin. Ads? Oh my freaking gosh. Let me turn that off. Let me see. Yeah. Okay, there we go. Should be done. Off. Off, off, off. I don't know why they do that to all the new ones. Alright, should be good now. What's good, everybody? Happy Sunday. You guys know the vibes, man. Hope everybody had a great weekend. First and foremost, we are down to about 17 trading days left of 2025, man. Where did this year go? Where did this year go? Evals this week? Yes, definitely. We have FOMC. So, evals are definitely getting passed for sure. Get that challenge account on the road. That would be fire. So, that definitely is the game plan for sure. It definitely is the game plan for sure. Let me see. I'm trying to find banner. No, that's not it. I'll figure it out later. Yeah, man. Hopefully everybody had a great weekend. As always, man, appreciate every single one of you guys for tuning in here on a Sunday. We got a lot to go over in a little amount of time. A little one to sleep, so I'm going to try to breeze through this and head to bed myself. Let me see, everybody good to go? Yep, good to go. Let me go ahead and make that bigger for you guys. And let's get this show on the road, man. As always, we're going to start off with the economic calendar here. Then we'll get into the watch list for the week ahead. Big trading week. Big trading week. FOMC. Big trading week, man. Big trading week and a lot to look forward to. Here we go. Monday, December 8th. Factory orders, 10 a.m. That's on Monday. Tuesday, December 9th. Jolts, 10 a.m. Very important. I would say a solid 6 out of 10. I would say this is probably like a 4 or 5 out of 10. Wednesday, the big dog, the Super Bowl for the stock market. 2 p.m. Statement. 2:30 p.m. J-Pow. This is big, right? This is the last FOMC of 2025. I could be wrong. I'm not going to speak on it because I don't know for sure, but I have to look into it again. But I think something was discussed about rates. I want to say, yeah, I'll look into it further before I say something and look goofy. But I think it's very interesting that we always happen to go into these big data points at major macro levels. So it's going to be an interesting week for sure. Thursday, December 11th, we have our usual jobless claims at 8:30. And then Friday, we are good to go. Nothing of importance. So pretty heavy data. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday being the star of the show with FOMC. But yeah, man, that's what we got to look forward to. Now, let's get into what matters. The charts, the charts, the charts, the charts. Let's get it, let's get it, let's get it. Any setups I'm watching? To be honest, I haven't even really looked at the chart. Add as a moderator. Got you. Continuous growth, you're good to go. I haven't even looked at the charts really. I looked at them yesterday. I peeked at them a little bit tonight, but I haven't really looked at them in depth, so we'll check it out right now. I'm about to go ahead and open my brokerage just in case. And then we'll go from there. Alright, we're good. I just opened my brokerage. Let me see, make sure my personal account's good. I'm not going to take anything right this second, but we'll definitely check it out. Trump is speaking right now. Can you provide a link to that? Or can somebody confirm that? Here we are. This is the monthly chart. Fresh candle here in December. I mean, what is there to say, right? What is there to say? The dip is being bought continuously, right? I mean, like I said, I like to really look at the quarterly chart, just how absurd this chart is. Like, this really gives me, I'm not going to lie, an uneasy feeling, right? Like, this chart gives me a massive uneasy feeling. Like, massive. We're looking at a 3-month chart here, a quarterly chart. There's nothing healthy about this, right? There's nothing healthy. Like, we have the most exaggerated bearish divergence of the century, right? Monthly chart. We have the most massive bearish divergence. The chart looks bullish, right? Don't get me wrong, but it's just scary, man. It is. It's scary. And you guys know me. I'm not a super fan of trading up here, but this is what we're working with now, right? We have this new daily low we made, and then we have all-time highs, and we're trading smack dead in the middle. I don't want to trade up here, right? I want to go to sleep and wake up when we're above or we're below. That's what I want to do, if I'm being honest with you. I don't want any parts in this, but this is where shit happens, right? We are retesting that major supply. It started off as a support, resistance, massive drop, retested, lower high, and that's where we seen that big downside move, which swept that low. Here we are again, retesting that same structural aspect here that sent us lower. So the big question is here, right? Are we going up? Or are we going down? Right? That's the big question. And I said it's always a coincidence that we end up at levels like this going into major data. Right? It's always a massive coincidence to say, hey, we're trading at the biggest level possible going into data, right? What's scaring me here is we have a low, right? There technically is not a higher low anywhere on this chart, right? We have ripped about 8%, almost 2,000 points on NQ with no pullback, right? Starting to see a little bit of exhaustion here, but you could argue on a lower time frame, those are pullbacks, and I'll show you what I mean. But this is it, right? 26,000, that's it. So let's get down to a lower time frame here and really digest this. Again, if you look at this hourly time frame, it's bullish, right? There's no way to not look at it that way, right? We had a low, new low, higher low, higher high, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. So if you look at this from like an hourly perspective, yeah, sure, this is a healthy trend, right, for the most part. But again, we're still below that supply, right? And you can see this real significance of it here. If you just take a quick look at how significant this level is, dating back as support, resistance, and even again last week as resistance, right? So for me, really, right, I'm just focused on that previous day's low and that previous week's high, right? Like, I honestly have zero interest in this area here, okay? This is the big no trade zone for me, right? It would have to be the A plus of all A plus setups for me to want to trade here to here. I'm just being honest, right? I don't want to partake in this, right? And you can see the action dates back here, right? Just look at this range here and look at the action. Chop, chop, chop. But look at what happens when we got below that area, right? So my mindset is this: 25,870, 26,000, 25,580. Okay, if we can get above this supply, 26,000, by all means, go long, target those all-time highs, right? That's the obvious setup here, right? That's very obvious. Now, what I really want to watch is, hey, maybe we get a pump off of FOMC, break 26,000 and fail. That's the A plus short setup, right? Or let's say, hey, we reject and then break and hold below 25,580. That's the A plus short setup, back down into 25,000. Okay, so the bottom line is big levels, 25,580, 26,000. This area here, protect your capital, okay? Protect your mental capital and keep it pushing. That's about all I gotta say there, to be honest with you, if I'm being brutally honest. ES. Again, look at this quarterly chart. What is healthy about this? Right? There's nothing that's healthy about this, right? Like, at all. If we're just keeping it real, right? There's nothing healthy about this. Now, daily chart, we did pull back into the demand. We do kind of have a higher low here above that structure. So this is a little bit different. But again, we're just back into that major supply, which dated back from that big structure. And that's where we created that lower high before that massive move lower. And then obviously caught a reversal from there. So again, where do we go from here? I could see this. Right? We have that left shoulder, neckline, a pullback. I think that would be amazing. Right? I think that would be amazing. Is it probable? I mean, who knows, to be honest, right? Who knows? What I do know is what I want to focus on this chart is a very similar aspect, okay? 6,900. That's the level of all levels. $6,855, 6,800. 6,800, you just consider this your B level, right? B stands for bull. If we're above 6,800, we're technically still bullish, right? Why? That's that recent structure, okay? So, in the grand scheme of things, yes, we are bullish above 6,800. Now, what I'm watching setup-wise is, hey, break 6,900, fail, that's a short opportunity. Below 6,855, that is a short opportunity, only down into 6,800. 6,800 is where we can watch for that demand bounce. In order to be very confident in a reversal lower, it needs to be back below 6,800, okay? Now, let's get into the bullish case. Again, we are bullish above 6,800. But if we really want to be bullish in terms of continuation, we need to get above all-time highs. Because if we're being technical here, right, we break 6,900. There's still all-time highs here, right? Is that worth going long at all-time highs? Sure, it's a 50-point move, but we could reject early. So in my opinion, right, in order to be confident in longs, we need to get above all-time highs, 6,950. I think that opens that door up for that big 7,000 level, which is trading right above that. Okay, so that's kind of my mindset here. 6,900, big focus point. 6,855. Again, anywhere in between that is that no trade zone. RTY. I mean, this is a clean chart. But again, look at any chart that I discuss between these four. We're all in supply, right? That's the common theme here. We're all in supply. So the question is, right, with RTY, what do we do here? Right? So if you're trading RTY, your focus, 2,500, 2,560. Below 2,500, short the shit out of it. Above 2,560, buy dips and hold. That's all I got to say here. YM. This is probably the cleanest chart, to be honest with you. But again, if I look at this chart, I see immediately a head and shoulders. So again, do I love this chart? Not really. But YM here, your big levels, 48, 540, 47, 785. This is my favorite level here. Okay. What I want to watch is a break and reclaim of 47, 785 for longs. Okay. That's the top long watch. Break and reclaim. Or above all-time highs for longs. I've always kind of slept on YM RTY. I literally made a pact to myself going into the new year. I will branch out. I will focus on other names. Okay, so that is my focus going into 2026. Is NQ's awesome. I love NQ, right? But I can't limit myself, right? Limiting myself is just silly, right? Absolutely silly. Side note, NQ, someone asked me about a setup. This is your setup right here. We have the demand test, higher low, higher low, higher low. We just broke this resistance. If we can hold 25,770, that's a nice long opportunity into these highs here at 25,870, okay? How would you trade that? You would wait for a break and hold above. You would use this higher low as your stop loss, okay? That's how you would trade that. All right, that looks very good. Like I said, I'm not trading it because like I said, I'm not going to trade from here to here. But if you're itching for a setup, this is it. All right. Anyway, VIX. I have no interest down here. I'm going to be honest to you, right? I talked about this on Friday. Get me out of here. I don't want to be here anymore, right? VIX below 17 is just disgusting, right? Disgusting. Horrible for us as day traders, right? This whole area here, horrible. I challenge you guys. Go back and look at the conditions when VIX is under 17 and look at how the market moves. Horrible. There's a beautiful thing called the ATR. That dries up tremendously when VIX is below 17. As day traders, we want to see VIX above 17. That means that volatility is in the market. Volatility for day traders. Cha-ching! Okay? This is another thing. Ew. Right? We don't like this. Right? We don't want it. We don't like it. Go away. Right? The only opportunity I can see down here on VIX is about potential swing. Right? The last time VIX was below 12 was in 2024. Okay? Last time we were down at this 14 level was a couple months ago, right? So we can watch for that opportunity on VIX. Fun fact, I turned 5K into 10K with VIX, essentially. Pretty sure 90% of you guys can attest to that. 5 out of our 8 trades for the challenge account were VIX. That's my favorite thing to swing, VIX. And opportunity is there, especially when we're down at these levels. So we'll keep an eye on this as well. But our current challenge, it's a prop challenge. I don't want to get too far off track, but just a reminder, it is started. It's started, but we haven't taken a trade yet. Excuse me. It started, but we haven't taken a trade. Right now, Apex has an insane deal as well. So, shameless promo real quick. Yeah, there you go. Doesn't matter. Tradeify as well. Fun fact. Apex, Tradeify, right now, take profit trader. Activation fee for Apex is only $6. Tradeify just came out with the new select accounts. Absolutely fire. Anyway. Yeah, that's where VIX is. Gold, also in a major supply. We can all see that. Is this line? I like this line a lot better. The width of it. I feel like the other one's ugly. But is this too small for you guys, or can you guys see too? The other one I feel like is too thick. This one's easier on my eyes. Do you guys like this one or the bigger one? This one. I don't like this one. It's too big. Code Felony works on all of them, whatever you want to do. But, yeah. Anyway, gold. 4290, 4300. That's your major supply. Just like everything else, 4200 is that major demand. If you're trading gold, your focus is 4200, 4300. Okay, that's your opportunity levels. Just watch for that break and reclaim for longs. Watch for that break and hold above for longs. Or you could even watch, hey, a break and hold below. If we lose this 4200 on gold, that's the ultimate short setup. If we can get a nice break and failure 4300, that's the ultimate short setup. So these levels provide opportunity, right? You just got to be patient and wait for it. Where you don't want to trade is right here, right? This is your no trade zone on gold. You want to trade at the top, you want to trade at the bottom, you want to trade above, you want to trade below, right? Anywhere in this middle area, stay away. All right. This one's better? Cool. Awesome. All right, let's get into these individual names. Numero uno, Meta. I don't even like looking at this chart, to be honest, because 3 weeks ago, I told you guys that this demand and this trend line was a generational swing setup. And guess who didn't take it? I didn't take it. I didn't take it. Literally gave us a fucking beautiful swing setup here. And I just fumbled it like fucking Adam Sandler from the fucking Longest Yard. Spoke about that 580 level or above 600. And it was just a literal beautiful setup. Anyway, what we're watching now. Major demand, 650. Right? We can all see that this is a major demand. This is our top watch. Pullback, 460, 450 for a demand bounce. Or we're looking for that move above Friday's highs for a move back into 690, ultimately targeting that 700. I still think there's more juice here. I still think it's more juice here. Looks good. AMD. Beautiful chart. Except we're in a tricky area, right? We're sitting in this major supply, and we're also holding a major demand. You're going to notice majority of these setups tonight are either or setups, right? We're sitting in this major supply, and we're sitting in this major demand. This is the no trade zone for AMD. Where would I trade AMD? Below 213, targeting the low 200s. That's an A+ short setup. Above 225.50 with market participation, that's an A+ long setup back into 235 plus. Okay? So essentially just a break of the range either way it goes. And that's also going to apply to NVIDIA. Identical chart. Held that major demand, but now we are back into that major supply. I do like this build on NVIDIA, but we did struggle a lot with this 185 area. So the top long watch here on NVIDIA is two scenarios. One, break and reclaim a 179 for longs, with the A+ setup being above 185, and that is where we get that continuation back at a 190, potentially even at 200. Okay? And on the flip side here is if NVIDIA rejects this 185 and lose 179, that would then turn into a very nice short setup. So again, just like AMD, no trade zone in between, 185, 179, wait for that move above, wait for that move below, and that's where we can get our opportunity. Google, identical chart, right? Extremely strong, we all know that, right? But this is identical chart. We have a rally, and now we have that base that is formed. So we're watching the top and the bottom of the base. Top of the base being 322.50. We get that break and hold. That is our long opportunity back into all-time highs at 333. If we reject the top of this base here and get back below 314, that is our short setup, ultimately targeting this demand down here at 287.50. Okay? Now, next we have Amazon. Again, this is a chart I like, I don't love, but it looks good. This is a name that's been relatively weak, as you guys can see throughout here. Also, last week's session when the market was ripping, we went lower. We just rejected that major supply, got a new lower high here on the hourly. Just rejected that next supply, new lower high on the hourly. Just rejected that next supply, and we have a new lower high on the hourly. So Amazon here is trading lower, but we are in this demand. So when it comes to Amazon here, I'm focused on two areas. One, this supply. And two, this demand. If we could pop back into the supply, 232, 234, that's my opportunity for a short. Now, my favorite setup is if we can get below 226. That's the A+ short setup. I truly believe we could see these daily lows again down here at 216. Okay? So Amazon is the top watch this week for shorts if we can meet one of those scenarios. Okay? And yeah, man, that's what I'm watching this week. That's why I'm watching it. I do have a couple swings on watch, one being mRNA. I also spoke about this last week. And again, I fumbled it. I fumbled it. This was our A+ setup last week. I want you guys to look at this chart right here. Okay? Look at this area. This is the exact same setup we took on Dollar General, which made over 500%. How many of you guys took Dollar General with me? Look at this chart, right? Look at mRNA. Look right here. Look at Dollar General. Look right here. Beautiful double bottom. We went long right here on Dollar General. That's where we went long. That's where we entered a swing. And as of Friday, we were up 530%. Over $1,300 a contract. This was probably the best swing I've taken this year, to be honest. But look at this chart. Identical. Double bottom, right? Break of structure. Resistance. Turn support. Higher low. Strong closure. We entered on a strong closure. Stop loss below the higher low. And we got that move. Look at mRNA. Identical setup. Double bottom. Broke that structure. Higher low. That's where we should have entered. But I missed that entry, but it's not over yet. We can watch this next structure. If we can get a pullback in like 26 area, I love this for a swing. First target would be 29.30s. Second target would be up at the 35.55s. Okay? Looks very well. Dollar General, for those who aren't in, there is opportunity still here. Okay? We are now back above this major structure. I'm watching for a re-entry. Okay? If we can get a pullback here, which is much needed, if we can get a pullback to like 116, 115, that is our A+ re-entry on Dollar General. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. But yeah, if you guys want to study a swing setup, this right here on Dollar General was A+. And I challenge you guys to go back on that Sunday, which was go back to November 23rd, right? November 23rd, that Sunday live. I said that this was an A+ swing setup before it even happened. And the reason this was an A+ swing setup is because it all started with this macro demand. Resistance, 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 support, support, support. That's confluence number one. Confluence number two was that 382 retracement. Confluence number three was that daily 200 MA. So going into this Dollar General swing, it was already A+. The confirmation came from that break of structure, that higher low, and strong closure. When you have a setup like this, you fucking send it. This is an A++++ trade. And I'm not just saying that because we're up 500%. I said that when the chart looked like this, right? I said this was an A+ setup before it even happened, right? Based off of the criteria that I just stated. And that's what I look for a lot of times with swings. Multiple confluence, high confluence, and then obviously I wait for that confirmation. Bullish, higher low, structure retest. Bearish, lower high, structure retest, right? Same concept, and that applies to a lower time frame. That's how I execute on a day-to-day basis, right? Same system, just a higher time frame. Same system, just a lower time frame. Anywho, Adobe, major demand here. We did not come down and test it. right? We can all see that. It's kind of taken off a little bit before we get down here, but that's okay. That's okay. We have that weekly bullish engulfing. We are now indeed about to break this downtrend. So I like this for a few reasons. One, we reclaim that structure. So with that being said, if we can get a pullback on Adobe in the 340 area, that's where I'm going to look to enter a swing here with the stop below 330. So this looks very good if we can get that pullback, ultimately targeting that 365. Looks very, very good. Yeah, Dollar General is nuts. CRM, a swing I absolutely love. Major macro demand hold here, as you guys can see. This was huge. Huge. Very, very nice strong closure from last week's session. Just broke out of this daily downtrend, as you guys can see. Nice rising volume. Earnings catalyst. This looks great. Level I want to watch here is 248. Okay? If we can pull back into this previous structure here, this is where we're going to watch for a long position on CRM for a swing. All right? So these are my top 4 swing watches this week. Look very, very good. And the beautiful thing is we don't really have to worry about FOMC because all of these names aren't really affected that much, right? Like mRNA does its own thing. Dollar General's more heavy on Dow. Adobe, same thing. CRM, kind of affected by tech and stuff like that. But for the most part, we can kind of swing with no worry. But yeah, man, that's what I watched this week from day trades, futures, swings, and what time is it? 8:33. Cool. Let's go ahead and do a Q&A real quick before the giveaway gets spammed. And yeah, man, let's do the damn thing. Q&A time. Whatever you guys got, now's the time. Whether it's trading related, personal, business, entrepreneurship, whatever it may be, feel free to ask it. I will say this. I once was a multimillionaire. Now I'm broke as fuck. So I know how to speak from both ends of the spectrum, okay? So if you have a question about how I felt when I had money, feel free to ask. If you have a question about how it feels to be broke, there you go. I've been on both sides. Went from broke, multimillionaire, back to broke. So I've been around the loop. Now I turbo pays the bills. Stock screener? I don't use one. I just have a watch list I've compiled over the years. I could share it with you, sure. I'm only going to do this one time, so if you're here, you're here. If you're not, you're not. And yeah, there you go. Merry Christmas. Why am I broke? Let's actually go look up the term broke. Chat GPT. What does it mean to be broke? Yeah, I'm broke. Uh-huh. Yep, I fit the description. What else we got here? How do I pull myself out of a hole, man? It's always tough when you're in the hole to figure out how you're gonna get out of it, but you just gotta keep pushing, man. At the end of the day, man, set those short-term goals to hit those midterm goals, those midterm goals to hit long-term goals, man. And you know, positivity breeds positivity. You know, you can't sit there and dwell on where you're at because you're not going to get where you need to go. That's the big thing. You know, nothing changes if nothing changes. If you're in a position right now where you don't want to be, the only person that's going to be able to change that is you, right? And it all starts with people and places and things. If people around you don't want to see you do better, you don't need to see the people around you. You know, my like philosophy in life, right, or how I carry myself is, if someone's not adding to my life or something is not adding to my life positively and valueful, right, they need to be subtracted, right? I'm at a point in my life, and all of you guys should be at the same point, where if it's not worth your time, your energy, effort, money, or it's not doing you a service, whether that's spiritually, whether that's emotionally, financially, then yeah, man. You know, how did I lose the millions? Well, I lost $1 million in one day on Apex. That hurt. And then the rest, I just full ported SPX and shit went south. Yeah, I mean, everybody and their mother seen me lose 800K in one day, so. How old am I? 27? 28? 28. Tips on trading tactics, consult a CPA, man. I can't. Nor says Umar is bro, I don't even want to get into that, bro. My man's like the Fousey of the trading community. Goes off on these fucking manic episodes every couple years. Best prop firm for beginners? They're all good, man, but you just gotta use reputable ones, right? Tradeify, Take Profit Trader, Apex. Stick with those, you'll be golden. Let me get to these questions. I would say the 50K is the best account to do so. Yep. I lost 800,000 in one day and still didn't blow the accounts. Nice, Reese. That's what's up, man. Would you recommend a Tradeify Lightning account? I think the straight to fundeds are cool. I do. But the thing is, if you're not a profitable trader, you're just blowing more money. So just stick with the eval. If you pass the eval, you know you're doing something. I just went on tilt in one day. Lost 40,000 times 20. Can I stay longer on the daily Zooms? Goodness gracious, man. I hang out till like 11 or 12. Arius, well, you learn most from me, man. That's what happened. If we're being honest here. So, you're welcome. If you want to be very honest. What would be the plan to quit day trading and go full time? You gotta have at least like a year or two nest egg saved up. Ever do meetups? Yeah, I did one before, but this year, I'm not gonna lie, has been full of fucking curveballs, man. My mom fought cancer. Obviously, my daughter. My dad was sick for a while. So it's just one thing after another. Then I had the custody thing, so. You don't put the Zooms in the chat anymore? I do them every single day. They've been free for like the last 2 weeks. They're free until Christmas. All you gotta do is click the link up there and join. It's the hangout. How do I feel about footprint charts? If it works for you, it works for you. I think it's a distraction. Can I do a 1K challenge? Man, they're hard as fuck. I'm hiring? No. Team is full right now. I mean, I do have one spot open, but it's nothing serious. And I think I have somebody for it. Yeah, man, this year has been full of ups and downs, man. But it's part of the game. All right, everybody, let's get into this giveaway, and then we'll go ahead and call it a night. Where you can find the Zoom link, click the pink pin message at the top. If you want to join for full access, you can use the code FST26 I just posted in the chat. You'll get full access. If you just want access to the Zooms, join the Hangout. You'll get them every single morning. All right, good luck, everybody. First keyword is going to be FST. And tonight, the way this is going to work is if you win the giveaway and you're a mentee or you're in first step trading, I'm not sure yet, maybe 500, maybe 1,000. So let's see what happens. I'll think about it. Winner tonight, I'll give you a choice. You can get a year free in first step trading, which is equivalent to like $1,200. Cash, or maybe a couple Apex accounts or something like that. We'll figure it out. And just a fun fact, right? I've been doing giveaways for 5 years now. I've given away multiple six figures, cash, mentorships, trading setups, trips, and I use my own money, right? Big difference is a lot of other people, you know what they do? They beg for donations. They use the donations at the end of the month to give back. I think that is the most scummiest, diabolical, disgusting shit ever. You guys got to call that shit out, man. That's the scum of the earth. Asking for a donation just to give it back. That's disgusting, man. Disgusting. Anyway, good luck, everybody. Charles Will. First off, type here. Second, are you a mentee? Are you not in first step trading? Or you are? You got to do all of that before this minute mark. If not, you're cooked. On to the next person. Sorry. Yeah, I've given away at least like $250,000 easily. I'd say probably like 230, 250, something like that. Okay, you're not in the mentorship. Are you in first step trading? The Diddy documentary? I have not. I don't really watch TV, man. I don't watch TV at all, actually. That's a wild thing to ask somebody, though. It's probably really interesting, to be honest. I'll probably give it a watch. That motherfucker's... His mindset is just... Okay, you're not. You're not in either. Okay, so I'm going to give you a choice, man. Since you're not in either, your stakes are a lot lower. But would you like to join First Step Trading? I'll give you 6 months for free, or you could just take some cash. Just type in FST if you want to join for those 6 months for free. Or just take cash. Whatever you want to do, man. Whatever you want to do. You let me know. You're running out of time, though. I know that. You got 15 seconds to respond. Cash, perfect. I would have taken the 6 months if I were you. But yeah, you're not getting 500 or 1,000. That was only for mentees or FST. So I hope that's not what you're expecting. All right, let's run it back. Keyword is going to be 2026. Good luck, everybody. 30 seconds on the clock. Starting now. Help you make 100K in 4 months. If I'm being honest, you could do that. I'm not going to say easily, but I would say it's very obtainable. If you have the funds, you have the patience to do so, buy 20 Apex accounts. Do not trade them at all on your own. Right? Zero. Do not take a trade on your own ever. Only take the trades that I take that you can get in at my average. Trade 1 mini. Stop. Target. Everything the same as me, and I promise you'll get there. But a lot of you guys don't have the patience, self-control, or discipline to do that. You'll end up trading it on your own and blowing it. Whoops, time's up. Just being honest. Good luck, everybody. Oh, I helped you make 100K already. Oh, fuck yeah. Congrats. Well, and you found out how to do it again. Nicholas Ross. Wow, you made 100K in 4 months? That's massive, man. That's 25K a month. It's huge. I guarantee you he did what I said to make that. Are you a mentee? Are you in first step trading? Please type which one. If you type 2026 2 more times, I'm going to consider you a bot, and I'm going to keep it pushing. Congratulations, Nicholas Ross. All right, you're here. Oh, you are. Nice, man. I'm gonna do it like this. Do you want a free year, or you want cash? I'm not gonna tell you how much cash. It could be anywhere between 500 to 1,000. A free year is equivalent to 1,200. So you can do them. You know, you pick what you want. You want the year or cash? I got you. I see. You're in. Is it a random drawing? Hell yeah, man. What do you think? I'm sitting here cherry picking? You see me press random. Cash? Gotcha. Type in the trading chat right now. Nicholas Ross. I'm gonna do one more. You're here? Awesome. Whoops. There you go. Paid on the spot. All right, I'm gonna do one more. Let's see. Keyword is turbo. Good luck, everybody. Gotta do one just for FST members. I've done 1,000,000, man. Sheesh. Alright, let's put 15 seconds on this thing. Two, one. Good luck, everybody. Jason Hall. Where you at, man? Are you a minty or in first step trading? Are you in first step trading or are you not? That's the important question. Okay, you're not a minty. Are you inside of first step trading already or you're not? If you are, I'll give you a year. If you're not, I'll give you 6 months. Okay, cool. Yeah, if you want 6 months, I'll give it to you. Sure, no problem. Or if you want cash, no problem. Either or. You let me know. Hello. You're not? Okay, no problem. All I need you to do is reach out to Dom and give him your email, Jason. What's his name? Charles. Reach out to Dom as well. His name is at the top, so that way you can get your money. Dom will relay your email, and then I'll give you 6 months. But yeah, man, I'm gonna go ahead and call it a night here. Appreciate every single one of you guys, as always, from taking time out of your Sunday to come kick it, man. Hope you guys had a great weekend. Reminder, I am live trading for free until Christmas. Literally, all you have to do is click the link and join. After Christmas, it will be gone for 2026. Not happening again. That shit is a pain in the ass. I live traded almost a year and a half for free, and I said I would do it for Christmas, and that's it. Never again. But yeah, man. Hope you guys have a great rest of your night. I'll see everybody in the morning, man. You guys know the vibes, man. You guys enjoy the rest of your night. And till the morning. Good night, everybody. Peace.